Hello. This video will feature 3 quick wins in the Halloween Gambit. The starting position of the Halloween Gambit begins after e4, e5. There's a couple ways to get into this position, but for this example we'll go knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, knight f6, and the Halloween Gambit begins after white sacrifices a knight, playing knight f takes e5, which is the starting position of the Halloween Gambit. In all 3 of the games that we're going to be taking a look at today, the games follow with black capturing the knight on e5, and then white playing the move pawn to d4. In the first game that we're going to be taking a look at, black plays the move knight to c6, and white continues the theme of barreling the pawns down the middle of the board and plays pawn to d5. In this game, black continues with knight to e5, and white plays the move pawn to f4, continuing to play aggressive. Black has no choice but to retreat their knight to g6, and then white plays the move e5, and black has no choice but to retreat again with knight to g8. In this position, white plays the move pawn to d6, and it follows with a pawn trade with captures, captures. And in this position, black plays queen to f6, attacking this pawn. White plays the move knight to b5, threatening a fork on c7, so black defends it with king to d8. Now in this position, white plays the move bishop to e3, and black plays the move a6, which is actually a blunder. Now, give yourself some time and try to see the winning move. The winning move in this position is bishop to b6 check. Black is forced to play king to e8, and then white can play knight to c7. Black is forced to play king to d8, and we can pick up the rook with check. Black again is forced here, knight c7, king is forced here, again discover check, and we win the queen with check. And in this position, black resigned because they're down a full queen worth of material for no compensation. This is the first quick win in the Halloween Gambit. The second game we're going to be taking a look at follows with black playing the move knight to g6. Now in this position, white plays the move e5, and black has no choice but to retreat the knight back to g8. In this position, white plays the move bishop to c4, developing a piece, and black plays the move pawn to c6 in order to open up the queen this way. In this position, white plays the move queen to f3, setting up a mate threat, and black defends it with the move pawn to f6. In this position, white plays the move castling kingside calmly, and black plays d5 in order to try to block the bishop. However, we have a nice little move known as en passant in order to capture the pawn on d5. And black responds with bishop takes d6. After knight e4, and the move knight 8 to e7, which is actually the losing move, there's a spectacular move in this position. Give yourself a chance to find it. It's a pretty tough one. The winning move in this position, queen takes f6, sacrificing the queen. And after g takes f6, knight takes f6, king f8, and bishop h6, this is actually checkmate. This is the second quick win in the Halloween Gambit, featuring a nice queen sacrifice and winning by checkmate in only 14 moves. If you like this checkmate, you'll probably also like my 4 traps in the King's Gambit video, which you can check out after the end of this video. For the third quick win in the Halloween Gambit, Black plays the move knight to c6 again, White plays pawn to d5, and in this game, Black instead continues with the move knight to b8, just retreating passively. Now in this position, White plays pawn to e5, attacking the other knight, and Black plays the move knight to g8, setting up all of their pieces back on their starting square. Very, very passively. White plays the move pawn to d6, and Black follows with knight to c6. Now after the move knight to b5, threatening the fork on c7, Black plays c takes d6, e takes d6, and then bishop takes d6. However, after queen takes d6, Black thought they had this move, queen takes e7, thinking they could force the queen trade because they're forking the king and the queen. And they expected White to just play the move queen takes e7, and they thought they'd be completely fine. However, in this position, White plays a very crazy move, in my opinion, and just calmly blocks the check with the bishop instead. Very tough move to see in that position. Now in this position, Black followed through with their plan and took the queen, but after the knight takes and king f8, White plays the move bishop to c4, now threatening another pawn. Now Black has a way to defend it by playing knight to e5, both attacking the bishop on c4 and defending the f pawn. So White just retreats the bishop back to b3. Black continues trying to develop all of their pieces with knight to e7, and White finishes development by castling queenside, putting their rook on the open d file. Now Black, again, has a hard time developing, but they play the move f6 in order to try to retreat the knight. White plays f4, attacking the knight, and Black plays knight to g4. In this position, White plays a move rook h to e1, and Black plays knight to g6. After the move bishop to c5, threatening a discover check, Black has to retreat their knight to e7 to stop the discover check from happening. However, White can just take on c8 anyways, because after takes, we have 2 attackers on this knight. So we can take on e7 with check, king e8, bishop takes f6, discover check, king f8, rook takes d7, sacrificing the bishop, and then White plays the move rook to f7 check, king g8, rook e to e7, threatening all kinds of problems, knight h6, rook takes f6, discover check again, knight f7's forced, rook takes, setting up the discover check again, rook to d8, and then after rook f5, this is checkmate. This is the third Not quite as quick, but featuring a lot of really nice sacrifices and a lot of really nice tactics. The third quick win in the Halloween Gambit. And that was 3 quick wins in the Halloween Gambit. We got to showcase some of the attacking ideas and cool tactics that can come out of the Halloween Gambit opening. If you'd like me to make a beginner guide on this opening, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I have another video of traps on the King's Gambit, which you can see in the title card above. I also make other opening guide videos if you enjoy those. Then subscribe to my channel, it helps me out greatly. But other than that, good luck in your games, have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.